What is up people, today I have 5 practical typography tips for graphic design. You can use these to really improve your typography within your graphic design projects. If you want to skip the intro, move to the time card in the corner. What is up people, welcome back to Satori Graphics, home of graphic design content right here on YouTube. If you want to receive updates to Satori Graphics, graphic design freebies, and hidden content, head over to my website www.satorigraphics.net and sign up to my newsletter for free. Now, let's jump right into these 5 typography tips for graphic design. The very first practical typography tip for graphic design is that you must keep in mind that fonts talk in the way that they appear. There's a deeply rooted psychological association with certain types of fonts that people instinctively have when viewing typography. Take these examples on screen right now. If you look at them and the font selection seem very poor, the reason is that there's a major disconnect between the visual personality of the font selections and the words written to them. You would never see a funeral directory have their logo in Comic Sans, for example. But then again, I think there shouldn't be any logo in existence that uses Comic Sans. Once you've chosen a font for your design, it's a good idea to choose a secondary font that accents the first. You want to go for a contrast in font stroke weight, so maybe one thick and one thin. Also, a good technique is to mix up the serif and sans serif fonts. The idea is not to cause visual confusion when you pair the fonts together. They should complement each other in some differences, but should both be legible. This practical typography tip comes in handy when working on things such as logo design, strap lines, and also main bodies of text or subheadings in magazine design. When you're using your fonts for such things as headings or captions on magazines, for example, you can use size in specific areas for your design to grab or to draw attention. If you simply write out your text in a standard manner, you're not going to draw much attention in the same way as if you used a second layout. This is marketing 101 and a great typography tip for graphic design to keep in mind. You have all heard of the phrase less is more, and this phrase applies perfectly into the world of typography within graphic design. It is a common mistake to clump together typography too close without having any room for it to breathe. Instead, try adding more space between the typography, and if you can, stay away from the edges of the design. The last practical typography tip for graphic design seems quite obvious, but you might be surprised about how many times designers forget the main purpose of the typography, and that is, the design needs to be read. So make sure the viewer can actually read the words. Take into account things such as kerning, i.e. the space between the lettering, the colour of the typography in relation to the background, leading, which is the spacing between each line, and the style of the typeface itself. So, did you find this Satori Graphics video on practical typography tips for graphic design useful? Let me know in the comment section below, and like and share my content if you really do enjoy it. Subscribe for 4 weekly graphic design uploads. And until next time, design your future today. Peace.